Yeah, okay. So let's just have a read of the case study. So the government of the state of Kansas has asked you to go through our website and fetch information on the compensation of all officials under different agencies. In this exercise, we will focus on the governor's office and try to retrieve the compensation for all job titles. Afterwards, we can create a pandas data frame and you can export that. So yeah, it's you want job titles, you want payroll information, you also want to link individuals to different government agencies, and with that you can continue with your analysis basically. Okay. So the interesting thing about this website is if you try to open it, let's see, if you try to open it from my side, I can't reach this website. I'm not sure if one of you guys have tried to enter this website, but for some reason I can't enter this website, and that's actually a problem for a second part of this tutorial, but we'll talk about that and we'll go through the logic of our code, and I'll give some examples just so that you guys can get into it to feel. But if anyone can actually access this website, let me know, because I've been struggling to access it.
Sorry, David, can you share the link on the chat box quickly?
Yes, I will. Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna paste it here, and yeah, let me know if you can interrupt me, if you can see if you can open this, because I couldn't open this. It's interesting, I don't know why, but yeah, but we can still this first part actually works with Binder, but on my local laptop, yeah, I can't access it, so that's why I'm using Binder today and my local notebook. Okay, so you've seen the requests package before, and this is what we're going to use here. And we're going to get, like I said, in the previous tutorial, we're going to get information from this package in this URL. And this .text is basically just we want the text to display the text basically from this website. So on your side, you can. I think I'm doing it here. I can probably do it dynamically, but yeah, I think it will actually work in Binder. So let's try this. So I'm looking at this URL. I'm using the request package that's also used for APIs. We're sending a GET request and we want text.
Okay. Do we look?
Okay. So yeah, this actually worked in Binder. And let's just have a look at that link, the format of that link. Do we see here? So yeah, this is the output, very messy, but we can actually get that the output from this website. Okay, very messy, so that's why we'll use the beautiful. We will use beautiful soup. We will parse this output through beautiful soup, and with that we'll have a agency text output. So this is we're just pre-processing this text basically to make it easier to work with it by using beautiful soup. And sometimes they refer to, if you use Beautiful Soup and you're parsing through HTML output, sometimes I call it the output of that using Beautiful Soup, a soup object. I'm not sure why, but yeah, to transform a HTML object to a soup object is used calling this Beautiful Soup. So let's see if we call this works. And if we call, let's see how this agency text looks like. So you can see this is what I mean by the soup object. It looks a little bit better to work with. Still quite tricky, but yeah, it's at least better. And we can also use this prettify argument to work to make inspection even more easier. And that's in the Beautiful Soup package. So you just say your text and you say dot prettify. So yeah, it's still difficult to actually see how this is better to work with, but it is better to work with. And what we're going to do now is we have our information from our Kansas website, and we're going to use the find all argument, okay, in Beautiful Soup. And the find all argument, or yes, function, we'll look at this output here and go through it, and what you give it. So the find all will go through this output and it will return what you're saying you want to return, and it will also return it in a list format, which is very powerful. So if you use the find all function, you will go through this output. Depending on what you give your find all function, it will return your output in a list. And you guys know by now that if you have a list, you can perform for loops with that. So that's quite powerful. So what we do here is within our find all function, we specify this tr, and this tr is looking at all the tags in our output. So say, for example, so tr would look in here and it will see, okay, here's a tr, return what's in here. So it's a bit difficult to see what this will all entail, but let's say it will return everything from here because it saw that there's a tr tag. So this function, this first part, is basically returning all the tags in the output or the specified tag. So you have, for example, tr. If you want something else, you can, for example, the div tag. If you want to return all the divs, you can change this to div, but we don't want to use that. We want to use tr. Okay, and so we're going to look at the tags, and the tags we're going to look at is tr. But you can also go deeper into this output in here. So within the tags, you will see that there's, for example, like class. So if you want to only look at in the tr